and how to prevent homesickness. Sarah?
Important topics, Erica. Thanks. We are joined now by Dr. Christopher Thurber, co-author of the Summer Camp Handbook, a comprehensive guide to prepping for this important summer experience. Now, Chris, you're down all the way from New Hampshire to join us here on Camp Week, which we're excited about. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and now overnight camp is a huge milestone for both a child and a parent.
It is. It is. You know, for 150 years, camps have accelerated young people's development, and they were founded by progressive educators who saw camp as the perfect complement to a classroom experience.
Right.
So take them from inside and get them outside, not sitting in chairs but running around. And as you said, it's a wonderful milestone, and preparation is key.
Important, yeah.
Directors work so hard to prepare these experiences. We want to partner with parents to be sure that kids are ready.
All right, so in terms of preparation, I'm looking at this trunk, which looks a whole lot different than the trunk that I went to college with, that's for sure.
Yeah, so this wonderful trunk provided by everythingsummercamp.com has a lot of cool features, the most important of which is it's really, really rugged. A trunk that you might buy at a big box department store is going to collapse in the first couple days because remember, this is used as a card table, as a stepping stool.
Kids are not always careful.
No, they're not. No. So, and it's got lots and lots of room. It's got some cool features up here on the lid. You can have your packing list here. You can have pictures of home, a little mirror there. It's got a little flashlight, sliding, tray here. So it's really cool. You can put your, toiletries and things in there.
Yeah.
I wanted to show one thing here about actually packing the trunk, which I think makes it much easier for kids. Instead of folding the clothes and stacking them like this, if you roll them like I've done with this shirt and sort of stack them like pencils in a can, then you can see everything you've got all at once. So it's a more efficient way for kids to pack.
It's easy for a kid to do, too.
Yeah,
I mean, my sons aren't good folders.
Yeah, who wants to spend a lot of time like, getting the wrinkles out of summer camp after all, right? So the other really important thing is that everything be labeled. You see, everything from the sleeping bag to the socks, everything needs your name on it. At camp, it's easy to lose things, but if you want it back, it's got to have your name on it.
It sounds obvious, but do they require that? I mean, it's got to be a nightmare if things are getting lost while, the parents aren't around.
Put it this way, every camp has a lost and found. At the end of the summer, usually a lot of those things get given to the Salvation Army. So if it's got your name on it, you can iron it on. I used just a P-Touch to put a label on this tennis racket. You got to find a place, like in this Boston Red Sox hat, where the name is obvious, right here on the little label.
What do you have for labels? Where do you find these easy iron-on labels?
Yeah, so again, everythingsummercamp.com is the best place to go for all of these materials, but an iron-on label that's going to last the summer has got to be a high-quality label, right? And if you're going to mark anything like these fuzzy socks, I used a Sharpie to mark, and permanent magic markers, what you need, not anything that's going to wash out in the industrial laundry that the camp has.
All right. Now, another important thing to pack, I know, is like a letter writing kit. It's all set to go. Addresses are on. The stamp is on.
I tell parents, if you want any correspondence, you got to have pre-stamped, pre-addressed envelopes like we've got in here. It's very inexpensive to put this together, and it almost guarantees that the kids will write. But what's really important for parents is don't make a pickup deal. Every kid is going to ask, what if I feel homesick? And parents need to convey a uniformly positive message of confidence and optimism. So they need to say, Sarah, of course there'll be things about home that you miss. That means there are things about home that you love, and that's wonderful, but you're going to have a great time at camp. Parents who say, if you feel homesick, I'll come and get you, are really setting themselves up and their kids up. Yeah, it's just going to be a mess.
If you pack something like this, a letter writing kit, does that actually aid in helping homesickness?
It does.
Because it gives them like a way to instantly feel connected?
That's right. And I wouldn't say quite instantly, because unlike email, where it is very quick, or telephone call, which is real time, kids have to create a narrative when they write a letter, which helps them understand their experience. And they have to wait for the response, which is a way to nurture their independence and delay gratification a little bit. I know you'll talk about tomorrow the importance of kids unplugging, but this is such a wonderful contrast, and they just get rid of this digital umbilical, and they start to write, and they start to compose ideas, and there's no substitute for a handwritten letter.
Yeah. You worked with the American Camping Association to put together some sort of a DVD kit, is that correct, to help with homesickness?
Right. So the secret ingredients of summer camp success is actually a DVD CD set, and it lowers the intensity of first-year campers' homesickness by half.
Wow.
So it's a very inexpensive $10 investment, 25 minutes to watch the DVD, and what it does is it gives kids ideas for the best ways to prepare and cope. every child is going to eventually grow up and have experiences away from home. Camp is just the perfect opportunity to nurture some of that self-reliance and not only become more independent, but also understand the interdependence that exists among people. This kind of face-to-face friending that's going to happen at camp is just so wonderful.
Now, your book with a lot of these tips is available online. Tell folks where they can find it.
Yeah, for free. So John Malinowski and I wrote the Summer Camp Handbook. We have it online at summercamphandbook.com, and parents can just go to the chapter that interests them. If they've already selected a camp, they can skip the first third of the book. And then there are a lot of empirically based tips. In other words, this was the research I did for my dissertation, so we can back up our suggestions for reducing homesickness and promoting adjustment with data.
So many great tips and such an important experience. It's great to be prepared, and we thank you so much for being here.
It was a lot of fun.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sarah.
Now, tomorrow, Camp Week continues with a look at how technology is affecting the landscape at overnight camp. When does it distract from the experience, and how can it enhance it? Check out all of our segments on foxct.com/mommyminute, also on Facebook and on Twitter. Erica.